Okay, we're back ready for our second game. The hype matchup. Team Washed Up versus Team Raw. Team Raw currently sat at the top of the standings, defeatless as of now. We will see if Team Washed Up are going to be able to end Raw's win streak, or will they also fall to Raw?
Of course, the interesting thing is, despite Team Raw having, over the history of the MLS, an excellent reputation, generally finishing higher than the representatives from Team Washed Up, Team Raw have never actually beaten Team Washed Up in a league match.
Now that is interesting, considering we do have our... This is our hype match of the week.
Hype.
So I should probably let the teams know that we are ready. We will see if they're ready to get into picks and bats.
And just in case anyone's, not been following the last 2 to 3 weeks worth of games, a lot of the old Team Washed Up are back again. So Trevor in the top lane is named Please No Camp 123 nowadays. As I've said, everyone is out to troll us with name changes, which is really helpful. But hey ho. And they also have their jungler back, whose previous name was...
Speaking of having their jungler back, Team Raw has Wolfie back as their jungler. Was absent in week 1 when we casted them.
Twinklers. Yeah, Twinklers is the jungler for Team Washed Up. And he used to be there in the past, but he wasn't there in Season 2. So both Trevor and Twinkle...
Of course, we have a great matchup in mid lane. We've got Simo, the Godiana, as we'll call him, versus Looper.
Yeah, Looper's been, we've been hearing things on the side. We've heard some spicy pick rumors. I'll save them for some surprises in case it comes out.
Spicy.
Especially stuff he's been saying he wants to bring out against an Orianna, if it comes to it. So,
hopefully, for my own sanity, but I don't see it.
Yeah. The other thing we were hearing through the grapevine is he's been practicing the Orianna a lot, so they don't have to ban it out, and they can first pick it instead, which will be interesting to see.
So Orianna's most likely going to be a highly contested pick in this series. Hopefully we'll get into picks and bans soon. Our teams are most likely ready.
So yeah, there's a bit of a surprise. I don't expect Team Wash Up to ban it. It'll be interesting to see if Team Raw have been hearing the same rumors that I have.
That would be very bad if they are. And we are into Champion Select for our second game of the night.
Yep. And so, for this reason, I don't expect to see much mid lane bans. I think they both know what they want, except perhaps a Fizz ban towards Looper 2. He's not been allowed to play it yet this season.
I was just about to mention it before he got taken off at the table. Trevor has been playing a ton of Yasuo up in the top lane. He's just quite the carry player in general, and Vane's going to get taken off the table away from Neojex.
Yeah. In fact, we may well see another couple of top lane bans, maybe towards Trevor. Of course, he was the star player of MLS Season 1. He's been out for a while. Maybe he's going to be coming back a bit rusty, but he still knows how to smash that top lane. What else could we see? Maybe a Fiora. I think he played in Aurelia a few times. He likes that as well.
Jax, of course, has just been taken off of the table. Of course, that can be flexed into the jungle position as well. Sejuani, standard jungler, just being taken away. She did have a nerf to her cooldown on her Q in the early stages of the game on this patch. And Anivia taken away from Looper, one of his most played picks. He still has options that he can go for in the mid lane, though, and we won't spoil them until we see them.
Yeah, Fizz left open. I know he wasn't expecting it to be left open, so whether he kind of has the plan for if this has been left open, it might throw him a bit. We'll see what he decides to do. Twisted Fate, another good pick in the mid lane for him. As I said, Simo is fairly much a known quantity, and the Orianna is open. I don't know whether he'll be a bit psyched out that it's been left for him. I mean, that would be the dream. I'd love to see Simo on Orianna and Looper on Fizz and just
Oh, definitely. And there we go, the dog champion for Sacred Pleas up in the top lane, which we can all expect to see from him, as we did have the Shen banned away. And Team Washed Up are looking to lock in Galio.
Not the Galio,
we could have some fun. I would love to see a Jarvan locked in with this. Please, if you're going to lock in the Galio, take the Jarvan along with it.
Yeah.
No, Trevor's just going to opt for the Gangplank into the Gnar, which we have seen over the last few weeks go even in Gangplank's favour, actually. As Twinkle going to be picking up the Xin Xiao.
Yeah, and that's one of those kind of oddball jungle picks. It's kind of, you know, off meta, but still interesting. He's only strong right now.
Yeah, was of course extremely strong before he got some of his numbers toned down just a little bit, not that long ago.
I mean, still popular with a lot of the big streamers. You know, everyone still likes to play him, likes Survival Dominate, and I think Odd One pops him out now and again. He's just a skirmisher. He'll 1v1 most people. Jarvan has taken a little bit of a hit to his base armor in this patch, just so he doesn't have that kind of skirmishing power in the early levels, because he was a bit of a jack of all trades. He could team fight well, he could pick well, he could gank well, he could duel well. So it is in fact the dueling that they've shaved off of him. So
we might be getting what you've been looking forward to, Baitsu. Nope, Lupa's going to troll us with a Tristana lock-in potentially for Pandy, his AD carry. So we might have to wait for our mid lane matchup to be confirmed as we're going into the second round of bans.
All right.
What do you expect to be taken off the table here?
Well, I don't think you pick Tristana now unless you're taking off, AD carries.
I expect Cogmore Varus to be taken away here.
Cogmore Varus, probably, yeah.
On the side of Raw, I'm expecting mid lanes, and we see the Fizz taken away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not going to see that matchup, and actually, they're going to ban the Taric, which I find a little bit suspect, considering you can take it because you do have first pick in the second pick phase on the red side. So I would have actually liked to see the Varus ban here coming out, because I've got a feeling that NeoJax is just going to pick up the Varus and is going to be able to really bully this Tristana.
Yeah, and I'm sure we've seen NeoJax on the Varus in the past, and he knows how to roll with that champion. Lulu banned out. Stop that super hyper carry lane later on. But yeah, no, that is just an interesting ban. I mean, obviously means that Mace doesn't want to pick it.
Okay, no Varus at all. NeoJax is just going to go straight for the Zaya. Interesting choice.
Will Rakan come out as well? I mean, the combo's always strong. Especially against someone like a Janna who isn't mobile. And is very susceptible to just getting insta-burst if she gets knocked up or something.
Oh, definitely. And I think a Rakan would fit quite nicely.
Yeah, gives them a bit more engaged, gives them the ball delivery system. And
Morgana Freeman is going to be going for the Rakan. This is a really solid team comp that Team Raw have built for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team comp that...
Scary.
30 minutes, they want a team fight, and that's all they want to do all day. I mean, Narc and Split push a bit, but other than that, they want all 5 players together in a lane. Probably in the jungle, they'd love it. They'd love a jungle fight. That would be their absolute,
Come on, Lupa, bring out your pocket. Bring out your pocket. Nope, he's gonna go for the Morgana in the mid lane. We're not gonna spoil what said pocket pick is. But, yeah. Oh, we do leave as somebody might need to proxy, which is absolutely fine. I'm just going to put up the screen.
Yeah. So maybe there was something there that we didn't see. Or maybe it was just they were out of order?
Okay, so just a quick update. Morgana is a proxy for Twisted Fate.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we did mention the Twisted Fate might come out. I'll just quickly run through that again. We'll go through to the delay. And we should be in game within 4 or 5 minutes.
And yeah, we're just hopping back into the second lot of Champion Select. The bans and the picks are all going to be the same.
Unless they feel like doing something funny with the bans. No, they're going to keep it.
I'm going to throw up the client just in case people want to see the bans again.
Yeah. No rude words this time. We are a family-friendly show.
Unfortunately. It's always funny when you see BM being written out in the bans, which is always great.
So, Yeah, we took a good look at Team Raw's draft. I'm just trying to think of the team washed up. We had the Gangplank in the top lane.
We had Gangplank, Xin Shao in the jungle, Twisted Fate in the mid lane, and then Tristana Jana in the bottom lane.
Yeah. So also a very good late game team fighting comp. Apart from the Twisted Fate.
Lupa's going to really need to make some impact on the map with this Twisted Fate, because if he doesn't, then his side lanes might end up struggling just a little bit. We'll have to see how Trevor fares in the matchup versus Sacred Pleas on the Gnar, which is his 8.3, not 8.4, where Gnar just gets some quite nasty changes coming towards him. However, this is 8.3, so we don't need to worry about those nerfs, and we'll speak about them in 2 weeks when they actually go live.
I recommend skipping.
Yeah. So the big thing is going to be Lupa 2 and Twinkle TTS joining up. That mid lane jungle's synergy. The gold card gives you some super easy picks, ganks in the mid lane. If Xin Zhao can get some creative pathing and get in unspotted, as long as he's in good and close, he's got the gap closer. But then roaming, like Twisted Fate, obviously you hit 6, it's all about the roam. Your ultimate, you know, top or bottom, most likely bottom early on, because Gangplank is not going to be able to do much to an R at all.
I mean, Gangplank has ways that he can survive the lane phase now. He could start with Relic Shield and just go very, very survive focus.
Yeah, most likely that's what he'll do. He'll just queue. Well, I'm interested if he goes Klepto. Obviously, Klepto's had a bunch of nerfs recently, but I think it's still the optimal for Gangplank.
Because if you get the stack of gold, you can just win from there, really.
Yeah. So he'll just be looking to Q Gnar on cooldown, and then farm under turret, most likely.
So which team do you feel is going to have the biggest advantage in this game, in our hype matchup of the week?
I mean, if it gets to 30 minutes, I think it's Team Raw all the way. You know, and they're fairly even at 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. I just think that team fighting comp is just insane. I think that's like I don't know how you could without wanting to jinx anything. I don't know how you lose a team fight with that team comp. Like whatever you do, you're gonna have Jarvan walls for Gnar to smash everyone into with Orianna balls. Zai is stunning everyone. Rakan's in there knocking up, causing havoc. Like, and the amount of damage coming out as well. Jarvan does a lot of damage, Gnar does a lot of damage, and then Zai, Orianna, obviously a huge late game carries. I mean, we saw in that last game how much damage that one player, he basically was single-handedly winning a lot of those team fights just for the amount of damage he was pumping out.
Oh, definitely. Although I am curious to see how much Lupa is going to be affecting the side lanes here.
So that's the big thing. If it gets to 25, 30 minutes, and Team Washed Up have got 4 or 5 good picks around the map, they're definitely in a good position as well. No doubt about it. And they've got the champions to do it. Twisted Fate is excellent, obviously, at those kind of unexpected ganks. With that extra global he's got, Gangplank can always help out with his barrage. And then Xin Zhao is an excellent skirmisher. So what I want to see early on is Xin Zhao getting into Jarvan's jungle, getting some good wards down, looking for skirmishers, because Jarvan's even weaker this patch at dueling, and Xin Zhao is excellent. Especially at level 6, when Twisted Fate always has that roam pressure. And can back up Xin Zhao in the jungle, as well as the Gangplank global ulti. So the little 2v2, 3v3 skirmishes early on favor Team Wash Up a bunch. Like, that's where they've got to find their early game advantages. And then you can, once you've got a sizable advantage, Tristana, Gangplank, if you're the one who's able to force the engagements later on, you do have a solid amount of damage to back it up. But only if you're fighting on your terms, and you're not getting caught in areas of the jungle where Team Raw can really mess you up.
So where would you like to see Twinkle and Lupa put their priority? So what lane would you want to see them affecting the most throughout the course of this game?
I think the bot lane. I think you got to get that Tristana rolling. I think Gangplank will take at least 2 or 3 ganks before you get him a lead that he can really leverage against the Gnar. And I mean, if you want to go for that, you know, that can be a winning way to do it, but Gnar is safe, and I'd say, you know, you're going to have to invest a lot more, and it's a lot riskier trying to do that. Go to the bot lane. If you can get Tristana a couple of kills, Zarya won't be able to keep up with a fed Tristana as the game goes on. So I think that's where I'd like to see. But it depends how well the top lane does. If Trevor feels like he's getting, a bit of an edge maybe or something, then, of course you can always switch up your game plan and, snowball him, because Ed Gangplank's as good as anything else.
Okay, so we are just about to hop into our second game of the evening. Spam hype in the chat if you're ready. Would like to see who you guys think are going to win this matchup between Team Raw, currently undefeated as far as I'm aware, and Team Washed Up. Where will they live up to their name, or will they take down Raw? As I'm just putting the overlays, there we go.
And that is one of the big storylines. Team Washed Up, top and jungle, were very good players. I mean, Trevor, arguably the best top laner in the league, season 1, but he's not played in a while. So who knows if he's still got it? And the same for the jungler. If it all comes together, they've got some really strong laners. But Team Raw have been playing together more, especially in recent times, and they've been in every MLS season, so they really know what they're doing.
So curiously, we're seeing a lot more stopwatch in this game. We're also seeing Simo take the Comet on the Orianna, as opposed to the more common Airy that we see. Lupa has actually gone for Execute. Electrocute even. I don't know why I said Execute. Electrocute in the mid lane on the Twisted Fate. Of course, you would have normally seen Spellbook. Though I think the Electrocute could definitely work, as we do have a 5-man stack from Team Washed Up. This is the second time that the Red Side team have had a 5-man stack in the games tonight, as Simo leaves the game and we have a pause almost instantly.
Yeah, you just couldn't. Some people can't take the pressure, and what do you
know? maybe Raw will be the ones that end up washed up in this game.
No, I mean the Electrocute makes a lot of sense. I think it's you get the 2 separate procs off the single auto, like empowered auto attack when he throws it out, and then you only need to land the wild cards.
So Simo has now reconnected, so we'll potentially. Of course, you can proc it with just auto Q.
Yep.
Or auto Q whichever way you want to do it.
But I mean, if you land the gold card, then you're guaranteed, because the white hopefully you hit wild cards on a stun target, and that's just free damage.
Yeah.
There are a lot of executes. God, you've got me saying it now. There are a lot of electrocutes in this game. Both junglers running it as well.
Most likely both are running Zombie Ward as well. I'd be surprised if Lupa wasn't... I nearly said fluff there. I'd be surprised if Lupa wasn't running Zombie Ward. It is powerful. It did get nerfed in the last patch. However, it is still a phenomenal ward as we see this 5-man stack. How do you think this will develop? As we do have a bit of emote spam from Morgana Freeman there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this is going to come to nothing. Team aren't interested in pushing forwards, as well they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be. There's the lovely duck in the river there. And the spam ping is really hurting my ears. Thanks for that, Morgana. As we do have the lovely duck. There we go. He's so adorable. Look at him.
Oh, he is so cute.
Such a cute duck. Which is why I'm completely ignoring Morgana and I'm looking more at the duck, because those pings are getting on my nerves. It's so cute. I would love to see if the duck would stay there the entire game. That's what I want from these two teams, to not make the duck run away.
Yeah. So, I mean...
The duck doesn't run... Oh, the duck despawns anyways. That's sad. Right, here we go.
But yeah, nothing interesting early on. Literally, one ward goes down and it's just a safety ward by Trevor on his own team's red buff, just to make sure no shenanigans are going on that way. But there weren't, so...
No Klepto proc, he lost the lane.
Yeah.
As we see the gold card coming out instantly from Lupa. And we do have a grand entrance coming in with Morgana Freeman. The W harass from the Zaya Rakan expected at level 1. Pandy brought down very, very low from this. Morgana Freeman also chunking down Mafe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. We'll go with Mafe for now.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
They've also just been forced to use their pots very, very early on, which is not something that you really want. And Lupa looking to just gold card harass Sumo in this lane phase. Honestly, I think the blue card is a bit better for that, simply due to the more damage. Ooh, nice triple barrel coming out on the top lane there for a nice bit of poke onto Sacred.
Yeah, I mean, yellow card's alright for a little bit, but you're going to run out of mana very quickly.
Of course, as we have another engage in the bot lane. Pandy's going to get brought super low. First blood for NeoJax on that Zaya. He is going to die to the explosive shot. No, from the W, sorry, of the Janna when we get back live. As Sacred Please has now left the game. It was like, nope, I got hit by barrels. That must mean I'm washed up.
Looks that way. Oh, you can see all the little spam pings on him. On the minimap. Sacred, yeah.
So many spam pings, it's driving me insane.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that bot lane fight, that's just really aggressive play by Morgana and NeoJax, judging well how much they can do. I mean, NeoJax will go down on the other side, but it's going to be the Janna that gets the kill, which is suboptimal, but, you know, every kill's a kill.
I mean, you can do that with the Zaya Rakan range, because Rakan does get extra range from the W of Zaya. So it does allow you to be very, very aggressive as that pair. So hopefully you'll be getting back into the game in just a moment here.
Yeah, I mean,
he's left again.
Bandy still has his flash up, but the way Rakan was at that point, he was still going to be flashing, and he would still have been within auto attack range of Rakan, if perhaps not Zaya. You know, early on in the game, the discrepancy in auto attacks is, you know, noticeable, but not huge.
Yeah, and we see Twinkle TTS. I like that you didn't fall for the profanity at the end of that name there. Skirted it very, very nicely. It's just going to be contesting the Scuttle Crab on the top side of the map here. Then yeah, I'm expecting... Interesting that we've got Doran Shield coming out from Trevor on the Gangplank. I was more only expecting the Relic Shield type of start. Maybe he's not quite comfortable with that. It's more for the Bandit gold rather than anything else. Just helps you get a little bit more gold throughout the lane phase.
Yeah, I mean, he will be harassed a fair bit by some auto attacks out of Sacred when he's trying to get up for that CS, because he's going to be wanting to melee auto attack the CS and then get the parlay procs onto Sacred himself. So he doesn't have the kind of buffer for some safe ranged farming that used to happen before Klepto came through and ruined everything.
Yes. He hasn't, although Please No Camp hasn't had a stack of gold yet for Klepto, so he's lost the lane. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sacred has reconnected. Hopefully we'll get back into the game this time, so NeoJax can finally die at 8 HP. Nope, he's left again.
Well,
I gotta say, NeoJax with the 8 HP, maybe he'll be able to turn around quickly. Actually, no, he's not in range for an auto attack at all, so he is going to die to this Zephyr from Janna.
We'll see whether Morgana Freeman can actually finish off Janna as he's on his way back, though. I mean, Mafe's definitely on the wrong side of his own turret, and Morgana Freeman has a flash in hand, do anything, so he can dive after it if need be and tank a couple of shots with relative impunity.
I mean, Mafe can't actually escape a grand entrance anyway, so if Morgana Freeman places it correctly, he might just have the kill anyways. So we'll have to see. I believe he took E as his second spell. I'll quickly check that. Yes, he did. He did take E. So not going to be able to use the Q damage to try and pick up the kill, so we'll have to see. Will auto attacks just be enough? Hopefully this reconnect will be the one that lets us jump back into the game.
Yeah. And now that Twinkle's, you know, cleared out the important camps, gone for that Scuttle Crab, you know, it's about that time where he starts glancing at the mid lane, asking Looper on that Twisted Fate whether he's feeling confident about landing a gold card. Simon has a barrier, but, you know, a lot of early damage can come out of his Injao. May want to back first. We'll see.
Simo does have a ward in the topside mid bush though, so...
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he knows where he is at the moment.
Yeah. He's most likely just being spotted by Wolfie, since they're both looking to go over to the Scuttlecrab.
Yeah. So, although Xin Zhao, you know, may win this duel, because of the way the top lane's pushing, Sacred Please has priority leaving that lane. It's a bit risky going for a fight, because the Gnar's always going to get there before your Gangplank will. And then you can be in a whole host of trouble if the slows start coming through, you get knocked up, then it's not really a fair one.
Okay, we have the pause being done, so the play will resume, and Marfay picks up the kill with the Zephyr. We've got the dead bird woman. And Morgana Freeman looks like he's not going to pick up that kill.
No.
At all. Just going to let the support walk away from that, I guess.
Yeah, John had a pot running as well, you know.
Lupa getting chunked out just a little bit in the mid lane. Still is relentless on using these gold cards. They could also be misplays. He's feeling the pressure from us, knowing that we'll roast him if he does badly. As we have a roam there from Morgana Freeman. Has to flash the grand entrance instantly. That's worth it, actually, on the side of Morgana Freeman. I would take that, the flash on the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, definitely. The flash on the Twisted Fate opens up a whole range of gank opportunities for Xin Zhao. You know, it's super easy. You flash in, and the gold card's already away, even if Orion decides to flash first. But here we go.
But a bit of a fight in the jungle there. Twinkle TTS is going to take Wolfie down extremely low. Simo on the back end, throwing out autos, is stopped by the gold card, and Twinkle's going to pick up that kill. Sidesteps the Q from Simo. The barrier is pulled as well as the flash. Simo's going to get stunned up. Lupa's going to pick up the second kill of this fight, and Twinkle TTS brought down so low. He's going to get out with his life, and Lupa's going to pick up a double kill on the back end of that fight. Really nice turnaround there from Twinkle when he was invaded. As Muffet's going to get caught out there. That's the grand entrance. That's a dead Janna. Just a little bit out of position after warding there.
Yeah, a little bit disrespectful, trying to just walk straight back through them. You've seen how aggressive they are. Why do you think they won't just stun on you? But yeah, you can see the power that Xin Zhao has in this early lane. And just what his survivability is. He's got all the knockups. He's got so much damage. And Lupa may have picked up 2 of the kills there, but it was undoubtedly Twinkle that was putting out the majority of the damage.
Of course.
You could also see Lupa 2's commitment to the gold card. Even if it's the last hit, he's pulling that one out.
I think it might just be a bit of mistakes. I think actually a red card might have been a little bit better, just get a bit more AoE damage, but either way, it's absolutely fine. He's going to go back, get up another Doran's Ring as well as the Catalyst, so he's looking to go the Rod of Ages build into the Orianna. I personally would like to see something that would solidify my advantage a bit more, but then that might just be a different play styles, as another grand entrance is landing on this bot lane. Marthe is just getting bullied by Neo Jax and Morgana Freeman here.
Yeah, okay, Twinkle needs to, you know, really think about visiting the spot lane now. They need to be super careful about doing it, because obviously I would not put it beyond a Rakan Zarya this far ahead to take out a 3v2.
There is no shockwave for Simo, however he is brought down low. No summoners for Lupa, however that's not going to be the kill.
Yeah, 3 kills already on this Zarya. You need to be super careful about trying to gank.
Yeah. And speaking of being careful, Sacred's actually in a CS deficit against the Gangplank, which is something that you don't really see all too often.
Yeah, maybe, again, maybe too focused on trying to harass out. But yeah, this shouldn't be happening. You got to assume it's just a little bit of mechanical jitters, maybe. You know, the mighty Trevor, legendary as he is.
Oh, the Grand Entrance just missing. Double Howling Gale. Going to ease some of this pressure off as Trevor is just being shoved in. He's getting a big CS advantage over Sacred. And that's even bigger, of course, considering in the Kleptomancy as well.
Yep. So, I mean, looking at it right now, he's good 500 gold ahead, despite only a 1,500 gold lead, which is huge.
Of course, the vision for Raw is quite defensive. They did have quite a bit around that middle lane. Otherwise, it's just some standard defensive vision from both sides, really. Got a nice pink wall in the lane, not the lane bush, in the tri-bush there for Trevor on the Gangplank. Just going to be very, very content with this. I'd honestly like to see Wolfie just get up to mid lane a bit more to try and really bully this Gangplank, because you kind of don't want him to scale in lane, considering he has a 20 CS lead right now. And if we look at the gold, just thanks to Kleptomancy, it's a 400 gold lead for him.
Yeah, it looks like Team Washed Up sniffing around the dragon. They don't really know how much vision is around there at the moment. Rakan going to be there just to dissuade them, push them back a little bit.
Yeah, we have Zaya coming up as well, so it's not quite something that you'd want to really go for there. But we will watch this space, as we could have a fight breaking out soon. We do have Twinkle on his Gromp, so he's lucky. He is level 6 now, so he might be looking to try and make a play on this bottom side. Although there is a ward on where the blast cap normally would be, so Twinkle just going to go back to his jungle, clear his red side.
Yeah, good little trade up top lane for Trevor. Anything more extended than that, I think he will start to lose. But you know, good to start with. Good to see he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, even if.
I think currently he might actually start winning in the trades, simply because that Sheen is going to really hurt. And Nah only has a longsword, and the parlay as well as the trial by fire is going to swing that lane matchup, especially in forms of the trades. Although we have a bit of action reaching the top lane.
Yeah.
Twinkle taking that Scuttlecraft, spotting out Wolfie. We will see if a fight erupts. Nope, both junglers are just going to head back towards their own jungles.
Yeah, it looks like... I'm going to say it now, just before they they mess up again. It looks like Pandy and Marfe have kind of learnt their lesson. They're sitting a bit safer. Marfe's got his Howling Gales on point, just keeping them at bay.
Lupa has his ultimate now. If they don't know that they're doing the dragon, he might want to pop it just for the vision. Although they might know. It's an Infernal, which isn't something that you really want to be giving up to the side of Team Raw. However, it is going to help them out as the game progresses.
Yeah, interesting to see that absolutely no reaction there from the side of Team Washed Up. If anything, you'd have just expected Lupa to maybe pop the ultimate, just to get vision, confirm they're doing that, and allow them to you know, maybe push the top lane a bit. Zinzao is around there, is counter jungling, so he's getting something for this, but probably not what it's worth, as Lupa has to blow his flash yet again.
Blew his flash again in the mid lane, as we're going to have a fight. That's a two-man grand entrance coming out from that Rakan. Morgana Freeman tanking the tower, just go extremely low. The heal has to be burnt there as Neojax picks up his 4th kill of the game. As Twinkle getting bullied a little bit. No, sorry, bullying Wolfie a little bit. And, ooh, the flash grand entrance isn't quite going to land. Morgana Freeman's going to get taken down, although Muffet is going to get taken out. Will Lupa be able to stun Neojax in place? No, I think he messed up his card selection there. Does land the gold card into the wild card. Will he pick up that kill as there's another fight in the mid lane happening? Twinkle does not pick up the kill as Wolfie just dunks him to his death. Neojax and Lupa get out with their lives in the bottom lane. Really nice stopwatch there, leaving Semo with about 18 HP right at the end of that fight.
I was worried he wasn't going to be able to walk out after the stopwatch came through.
Considering there was the cannon barrage on top of him from the Gangplank, but 2.5 seconds, pretty much the same amount of time as Zhonya's, which I think is busted, but hey-ho! We'll just change up where it is in the tree.
Yeah.
I think we might have another visual glitch as well, actually, with Zinzao. He looks like... he's just moving. His back leg is flicking backwards very quickly.
I can see that as well, actually, now you mention it.
That's actually brilliant. I love it when we have a bit of a dull moment in a game, so you can laugh at stupid stuff like that. It's great.
More little harassment in the bot lane, and Lupa, no flash.
Another nice EQ combination coming in. That's going to be Lupa going down with the nice gingerbread cookie.
Yeah, just a nice return gank there out of the Jarvan. Yeah. Knew he'd burned the flash previously, still got over half the cooldown on it. And
yeah, the ghost was used in the bot lane, if I remember correctly. And Wolfie getting bullied out still by Twinkle. Ooh, nearly got spear poked.
Yeah, I mean, he should get bullied out most of the time. Twinkle should have the duel, I would assume, pretty much the entire game. In any kind of 1v1 contest, and especially if his lanes have roam priority, which it looked like mid lane had.
Lupa does have his Rod of Ages now, and this bot lane turret is very close to falling.
Yeah. Washed up.
Well, I thought he was going to look for a roam. No, he's just going to take the Scuttle Crab while he shoves in Gangplank there.
Yeah, Washed Up are going to have to do something pretty soon if they don't want to lose first turret. It would have to be a roam from the Twisted Fade, who hasn't actually come down yet.
Here we go. Here comes Twinkles. He is going to pop the ultimate as Morgana Freeman uses the quickening there. That's going to be him going down, the first person dying this fight. Twinkle using the stopwatch as Pandy having a one-on-one fight with NeoJax. He is going to go down as Wolfie is looking to pick up this counter Pandy. He rocket jumps out actually. The stun by Looper's going to pick up that kill. Really nice trade there. 2 for 1 in the bottom lane by Team Washed Up.
Yeah, and I was going to criticize them a little bit for maybe not focusing to keep Twinkle alive and focusing out the Jarvan, but I think it all came into the end because it did kind of bait in a couple of others, and they got that extra kill at the end there. It kind of is compensation for Twinkle going down, which they'll be fairly happy with. You know, it's better getting onto the kills onto the Tristana especially.
Of course, and there is a massive CS discrepancy in this bottom lane, a 30 CS deficit as well as a 1,300 gold difference. That is absolutely huge.
Yeah, and it's going to get bigger when they take out the turret. There's going to be a bunch of bonus gold. You imagine going over to NeoJax. He's still doing it.
The visual bugs in League of Legends never fail to make us laugh.
Yeah, I don't see them realistically being able to hold this for more than a wave.
And we have another pause. Wonderful.
Yeah, but no, you don't assume they'll be able to hold this this bot lane tower much longer. The only thing that could possibly swing this would be a gank from Looper. That kind of repeat as what they did in that last fight. With
having to reconnect, so a lot of connection issues on the side of Raw. Because Looper hasn't actually really needed to use his ultimate much this game. He's just walked down to the fights because he's been able to. He only ulted once into the bot lane where he wasn't quite able to pick up NeoJax, unfortunately.
I mean, it was interesting that he walked. It was interesting that he walked down to that fight bot lane a minute ago. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't decide to ult in. Don't know. You know, it's always nice to have in that kind of fight where people will be juking in and out of the lane brushes. Just getting that extra vision, making sure no one can do any kind of silly hijinks.
Yeah, so Morgana
can help a lot.
Reconnected, and play will now resume. Now, hopefully, I would like. No, okay, no. The Howling Gale is going to stop that play. So I'd like to talk about some of the visual bugs I have seen in my days of League of Legends, and one interesting one was when I was playing Anivia once. This was a couple of years ago. And it was either the game bugged or it was the graphics card on my old laptop bugged out, and it turned all of Anivia's spells brown, as the bot lane turret isn't quite going to be going down. NeoJax getting chunked by that tower.
Gotta be careful now, because Zinzal's around, Looper's making his way down, and this is what we said was the only way that they were going to lose this turret race, was if they managed to both get picked off and then like a little 4-man squad just takes that bottom lane turret. Backed off for now. You can see they've got a whole bunch of wards though. Do Team Washed Up on that bottom side of their own jungle river. A couple of pink walls, making sure they can't get spotted if they do decide to collapse. And it means that Team Raw do have to be a little bit careful. But
I mean, it's the same on the Team Raw side. They do have very good vision control around the spot side jungle. And they might have a little bit of a fight breaking up between the junglers here. Not quite. Just going to pop the Squire's Bloom, spotting out the control ward there. And here we go. Simo's going to get taught out. Has to flash over the wall. Beautifully done there. Now, we will see if the gate is going to be popped. You've got Wolfie and Morgana Freeman sitting in that bush together as NeoJax just pushes the wave into that tower, which, of course, it has gone down now. We will see what their plan is. They're just going to rotate into the mid lane to try and catch out Looper. Of course, Rakan is spotted and Zaya are spotted on the ward, and Looper, quite rightly, backs away from that.
Yeah, Tristana's got to push this wave out quickly and then come and join her team mid lane. Make sure that they have the manpower there to hold back any push. Because this mid lane turret is giving Team Washed Up a lot more freedom than they'd have if once that goes down. It's allowing Twinkle to really push his weight around, which is one of their strongest points on the map currently, is Twinkle being able to bully around Wolfie. As soon as that mid lane turret goes down, he doesn't have that kind of freedom to push that far. He doesn't have a turret to fall back to, and his
and here we
vision's
go, the
gonna hurt.
Reaping Gang. Beautiful sidestep by Looper there. Although I would have saved the flash for that ultimate cataclysm. A little bit of a mistake coming up by him as Wolfie gonna get taken down a little bit low by Twinkle. That was such a nice sidestep on that EQ combo there from Jarvan. Beautiful. Just panic flashed a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Sadly, it was ultimately futile, but you're right. There were some little twinkle toes coming out, and it wasn't the jungler.
I mean, I think he lives that if he saves the flash, in all honesty.
Quite possibly.
I mean, unless Wolfie overextends for that flash. Anyway, speaking of Wolfie, he's going to pick up the Mountain Dragon for his team. The second dragon going over to Team Raw. The gold difference is practically non-existent in this game. So both teams are relatively even, although I'd give the slight edge to Raw simply because of where they're sitting at the moment.
Yeah. So
Although,
I'm going to say
full damage there. Looks like he's going to go the Warrior Duskblade build.
Adam's got to get a little hold of his team here, because after he goes down, the rest of his team kind of watch as the dragon goes down. They need to make sure that if they're losing something, then they're at least getting a little bit of map pressure elsewhere. You know, pushing in the mid lane, making sure that it's nothing for free. When they were kind of milling around a little bit and waiting for some direction.
I think in that situation it's okay a little bit, because the Gangplank doesn't mind being pushed in as much as he is. I mean, he's quite content to just sit there and farm his backside off pretty much for the entire first 20, 30 minutes of this game, until that top lane turret falls at least.
Yeah, it was
And
more
then
the
he can just
Tristana and the
rotate,
John.
yeah. So he can rotate
Sitting in that mid lane and not pushing it out like they possibly should have done. But, you know, it's the little things.
Definitely.
As we see, collapse up top. I don't think Trevor's going to be happy.
Trevor's going to be in a bit of trouble there. Does get nard into the wall. Does try to flash out. Throws down some barrels. Tries to chunk down Sacred Please. Does get dunked. Drops a cannon barrage straight on top of him, though, as Mafe just gets destroyed by that Blade Caller. Looper is going to teleport straight in onto a Grand Entrance. Although Pandy looking to turn this fight around, Wolfie is going to take down Trevor. Pandy's going to be on a killing spree now. He's also going to take down Sacred. No, that's going to be Twinkle. Relatively okay save, I'd say. A 3 for 2 in favour of Washed Up. There we go. Trying to remember the team names sometimes. This should be the top lane turret going down as well, with Zinzao and Tristana. Going to very easily take that.
Yeah, just a really nice collapse all around there. You know, Looper using that Destiny as you want, getting in there, getting a bit of damage, and, you know, Twinkle's still pumping out the damage. You saw the Jarvan try to re-engage, he just gets instantly chunked.
Speaking of chunk, Looper just lost half of his HP from a QW Arcane Comet there from Simo on this Orianna.
Yeah, I mean, picks up those boots, he's got a fair amount of penetration coming through. He's really stacked up his Rodders ages as well, though, so he's no slouch at the moment.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he is no slouch. Nearly completed his Lich Paint. 2. Doesn't quite have the goal to finish it, if I remember correctly. So another couple of lanes, maybe another 100 or so gold, and he'll be able to pick that up.
Yeah, that's 1100, I think, for the combined, or maybe 900. He's very close.
Yeah.
Whichever.
So while we're at a bit of a lull in this game, have you seen the new proposed changes to AP items in 8.4 yet?
I have not. Please, talk me through them.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, they're going to be changing up a lot of the start builds. So they want the Hextech GLP, you know, the icy one, Archangel Staff and Luden's Echo to be like your main starting items that will build out of Lost Chapter. And then they're also they've put in a new items. I'll talk about that more once we're actually on the patch. And then they're also supposedly bringing back the old item of Twin Shadows, although we've got a fight here. Simo forced a flash from Twinkle, and okay, a little bit of a float back there. Looper's going to pick up the kill onto Simo, does not have a gold card, however, the quickening's going to come in from Morgana Freeman. There's Neojex, not quite able to get much damage done down in this fight, as Please No Camp's going to teleport in here. We do have Meganar on the side of Raw, is just going to throw a rock, or a grandfather clock in this case, to just stop the advance. Will Looper try and force this anymore? No, he's not. Trevor's just going to go back to base, pick up his pickaxe, and go back bot lane to continue farming.
Yeah, they seemed happy with 1 kill, despite Lupa 2 still having Destiny up. Could have gone for a flank. Maybe wants to wait until Lich Bane. He might pick up a Zonies after that, and then we'll be looking for the kind of, you know, those iconic teleport in,
plays,
gold card out. Yeah.
Although the wave clear on the side of Raw is something that they have to be careful about. Both teams with relatively equal wave clear, I'd say. Although Tristana's quite a bit behind, not got her second crit item just yet. As we have Trevor taking down the second turret of the game for Washed Up.
Yeah, Trevor's on the way up now. He's got that Triforce. He's got a Sterax, which is an excellent little item spike that often goes unseen. When you get taken low, it does really inject a lot more combat stats into you. Tristana's still a way to go though. Only 1.5 items, still a long way to scale compared to the Zaya's 2.5.
Yeah, Zaya's nearly at that 3-item power spike that we always talk about, and it's the second Orianna going for the Luden second. Normally see the Liandry's Void Staff as it's just one of the more efficient damage builds you can get in a mid laner currently.
Yeah, Pen's always good for gold efficiency. We'll have to see. The Lich Bane has been finished on the side of Lupa. That is a good damage spike, as we were saying. I'm interested to see what it goes for next. Yeah, the Zonies would be nice. Maybe he feels he needs a bit more. I don't know, raw damage. But I think the Zonies is the best by a long shot. I mean, his #1 threat is the Zarya. Most likely.
Oh, that grand entrance just barely missing Lupa as Morgana Freeman is going to get stunned up, will dash out to his partner Zaya there. And the disengage coming out from Raw, not too much of a threat. So, what do you want to see these teams doing next? The map has been opened up quite considerably by both teams. What do you want both teams to do as a next point, really?
Well, that was the obvious for Team Raw. Their top lane was pushing in substantially. Someone had to go deal with it, so it was a free fight. If it was going to get taken around the Dragon Pit, they really did invest their pink walls there. 3 of them sitting within about 10 yards of each other.
Oh yeah.
And now, looks like they're going to try and group up.
He's sat on a ward, will get knocked up by the grand entrance. The cannon barrage is going to come down. Lupa with the red card this time. He's going to get the big slow. Morgana Freeman going very, very low. Here comes the Destiny, although everyone's dropped super low on the side of Team Washed Up. No one has gone down just yet.
Yeah, and I believe that was at the hands of Simo. Good ultimate out from him. Good EQ combo, hitting multiple members, and it does just chunk a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Very dangerous territory to be fighting an Orianna Jarvan there. Although, only 2 ultimates used in the Quickening and Shockwave. Well, a 2 for 2 ultimate trade, actually, on the side of both teams.
Well, we're getting towards that period I discussed in Champ Select, 25, 30 minutes. It's where the team fighting starts to come online for Team Raw.
Yeah, and if we look at the gold differences, okay, Zaya's not that far away from picking up her Infinity yet. Still has quite a bit to go. Of course, Sacred's set on quite a bit of gold, so this could be this mid lane turret going down. We will have to see if Washed Up even are going to try and defend this. Jarvan looking for a flank. That's going to be the 4th turret of the game. Now this map has really opened up. The entirety of Team Raw can just rotate top lane, take that 2nd turret, and potentially look to threaten Baron.
And I'd expect them to do so. If they stall out a little bit, their bot wave will be in the right kind of position as well. No ult on Gangplank means there's no free wave clear cross map for at least the next 20 seconds. But it does look like Team Raw instead are going to just back away, reset, spend some of that gold they got from the last fight, and come strong to this Baron. I'm not sure what Twinkle was doing there. I don't know whether that's a check on the Baron.
That might be a check, since the W of Xin Xiao does extend over the wall, I think.
Yeah, it definitely does. I don't know if it extends as far as the Baron, though.
No, it might just be to check if anyone was on the back end of the Baron there. It was Sacred just going to go back to 1v1ing the Scamplank in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Gangplank Barrel's starting to do a little bit more damage. You know, you can see him chunking 400 health off Sacred.
It will hurt a lot more once this... what's it called? Corfield's Warhammer has been upgraded. But we shall see. Both teams pondering around this barrier. Sacred has no teleport while Trevor does. So that might be cause for starting a fight. We will see.
Yeah, of course. Sacred can stop it while in Mega Gnar form. In Mini Gnar, not got any disables. To really cancel that teleport.
Yeah, he's not anywhere near it at the moment. It's about... No, he's actually really shot his Rage Bar up now.
Yeah. But, you know, that'll only happen while he's got a minion wave around. Going Mega now. So
the Grand Entrance just lands onto Looper. That's 2 people pulled in on the shockwave from Simo. Morgana Freeman's just going to get out of that as Twinkle is going to go in with his ultimate. Pandy is now on a rampage on this Tristana, taking down the Rakan. Twinkle is going to go down to Simo. Advantage Raw. None of the top laners brought back into this yet. Simo's had to blow his barrier. Gets taken out by Maffei. This is going to hurt the siege a little bit because Zaya, even though Zaya is still alive, Wolfie going to get stunned up by the gold card. Will get melted by Pandy. Flashes the Blade Call. That's a double kill for Pandy. And this looks like it's just going to be a hard Baron rush, potentially.
Oh, yes. Straight on there. No one to stop them. Sacred still doesn't have his teleport. Couldn't get there if he wanted to. They need to start up now.
Yeah, they are going for it. It'll be interesting to see who is going to be leashing this, because Maffei might just get chunked.
Yeah,
has to use the Monsoon to keep them alive, so...
should be fine. They've Pandy will be pumping
take
up
this
damage.
down. We do see Morgana Freeman running over for his life, though.
So is Twinkle.
Yeah, we'll pop the Scryer's Bloom.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness, there we go. The stopwatch. No one's going to get knocked off by this Grand Entrance. The Ignite's going to come down to Maffei. He is going to get taken down, though. Nobody of Team Raw is in sight. There is no teleport on Sacred. And, whoo, washed up. Just barely took that Baron.
Yeah, that was closer than I thought it was going to get. I was also really worried there for a second that the Baron was going to leash, drop leash.
Yeah.
And start healing back up. That must have been half a second before it started to do that again.
It was still attacking members of Washed Up as well. So you'd think if Morgana Freeman managed to land that Grand Entrance onto more people, that could have actually been 3 rather easy kills with the help of the Baron, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. I was not expecting Jarna to still have stopwatch at 28 minutes into the game.
Neither was I, in all honesty.
Given the 4 deaths,
yeah.
I guess a lot of them were, 2 of them would have been pre-6 minutes. And the other 2 would have been in big team fights, so maybe it wasn't going to make any difference. So but that's a stopwatch used for good effect and sold, which is a couple $100 gold.
Yeah.
So nice little stuff.
Actually, I believe they have removed the sell amount. I'm not 100% sure on this patch.
Oh, you're right. They may well have done. Just to stop it being gold efficient.
Yeah. And Team Washed Up are going to get their first dragon of the game.
Yeah, and their dragon is super quick when they have Tristana and Xin Zhao there together.
Yeah.
You know, GP not super fast at taking the Barons, although the true damage on the burn certainly helps. The tick off his passive.
Definitely. And Neojack's getting caught out by Twinkle there. He's going to get knocked up. He might have gone a little bit too far there. He's going to use the ultimate. Massive 3-man shockwave coming out from Simo. Here comes the quickening as Sacred, just in Mini Gnar form, isn't really going to be doing too much in this fight. Unfortunately, he might have gone just out of Mega Gnar form there, as he did have 0 rage in his bar. Advantage Washed Up, and they may well pick up this mid lane turret. No, they're actually going to back and buy.
Yeah, they were quite low in comparison to the remaining players of Team Raw. And it was a 1-for-1 trade, so the 4v4 fight looking a little bit dodgy, especially since Maffei plays a big team in these team fights. The shields he's starting to put out are large. Did have the redemption up though, if he wanted to use it, even while dead. Of course, you can throw out that redemption at great distances.
Yeah. I would like to see maybe the Ardent Sensor come in from Maffei. Simply to just ramp up this Tristana even more. Of course, Ardent Sensor's
and
no
the
longer... Yeah, of course, Ardent Sensor's no longer the god tier item it used to be. But, you know, it's still worth it, considering you do get more gold as supports now, since you don't need to dump into Sightstone.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, even Twisted Fate, you know, during the Monsoon, it is going to appreciate the extra attack speed. Is W
Yeah.
stack deck gonna benefit from that attack speed. Every third order attack.
So both teams doing a little bit of an 8 round there, although more of a 4-1 setup from both sides. And this Gangplank is really big. He's got the Humo's Ghostblade finished now. I'm expecting to see the Lord Dominic's into maybe an Infinity Edge. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I edged excellent on Gangplank.
And Wolfie going to get caught out a little bit by Twinkle there. Double knock up from the Howling Gale. Here comes the Pirate. Nope, not going to get any barrels blown up yet. And the Wave Clear Roar is really helping to just stall out this game. Even though Washed Up has an 8,000 gold lead, they can't really do too much of it at the moment, simply due to the amount of wave clear that Roar has. And ooh, Twinkle does drag over the wall. Here comes the Cannon Barrage. Sonya's is going to get popped from Simo. There's a 3-man shockwave. Simo's going to be taking out Marfe. Looper is now on a killing spree. Pandy is godlike, picks up his second kill of the fight. And that's just going to be a clean, not a clean ace because Sacred was not there. He was dealing with Looper in the top lane. But a clean 4 for 1. And this might be the first inhibitor of the game being breached by Team Washed Up.
Almost certainly. I mean, they have a lot of turret pushing. Unfortunately, they don't have the wave. We'll see how far they want to go with this. 20 seconds left on some of the people. I was wondering whether they could maybe take out one of the Nexus turrets. Going to decide against it. Going to rotate top instead, where the wave's nearly out the turret already.
Definitely the correct play here, just rotating up the top lane to try and take down this tower. Just get as much as you can, really. They should be able to take it. Only Sacred is left, although that boulder did do quite a nice bit of damage. Has actually forced the members of Washed Up off of that tower.
Yeah.
It's not quite going to go down just yet.
Yeah, people had already rezzed. They were on their way over to towards the turret. I guess it was just a little bit risky. Especially if Pandy was going to be left on his own. Didn't fancy, you either slow from the Gnar, you do have rocket jump, but Gnar's got his own little jump, and suddenly you're permaslowed.
No,
it can leave you in a difficult position.
Yeah, no Black Cleaver coming out on the side of Sacred here. So just looking to be as tanky as possible against this Gangplank, considering Gangplank has completely outscaled him at this point.
GA just picked up by Tristana.
I was expecting that to be more of a Bloodthirster, but the Guardian's Angel was a decent pickup, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I think I'd have preferred to see some lifesteal. He's not been overly troubled in these team fights. His team seem to be doing a good job of, keeping on top of him, making sure he's getting peeled for. And he's getting the resets off, because Twinkle, even if, he's going super deep, he's good for at least 1 kill. And as soon as that happens, Pandy's happy because he can reposition.
So what moves do you think Washed Up need to make next in order to just win this game? Do you think they need to stall out for the next 30 or so seconds to get this Dragon, to get this Baron even? Or do they just look for a complete force and win the game off of that?
Well, you see, I think they should be winning these team fights. I'm not entirely sure why they're not. It's a little bit of Pandy getting a bit too much free room. There are a lot of people on the side of Team Wash Up who can dive in. I don't know why Pandy's not going down. They should be getting at least Pandy or Looper, and currently they're not getting either.
Yeah. I do want to critique the Mega Gnar of Sacred just a little bit. He's not being too great on handling when he's popping into it, as I feel that there's been quite a few fights in this mid-game where he hasn't been in Mega Gnar for them at all and has not been able to make a great impact with that Mega Gnar ultimate to really cause some trouble, as Trevor is just going to be bullying him underneath his bot lane turret, as Washed Up are just looking for a big push in the top lane.
So I imagine what will happen here is Team Washed Up are going to look for one fight, kind of a medium fight where they get out the Cannon Barrage. Possibly with, so Sacred pops the teleport, Gangplank pops the Cannon Barrage to let his team back out, and then suddenly they've got the teleport advantage. They go back, and then the Baron suddenly, a 5v4 if it comes to it.
More of a zone rather than anything, as Sacred looking to try and land the wallop onto Trevor.
Yeah, and we need to see some wards go down, kind of behind the Baron pit for Team Washed Up. So for both teams, but for Team Raw especially, so that they can feel confident as they move in, you know, size up how they're going to come at this fight, which sides they can kind of maybe flank around and get, you know, a big Gnar ult out, you know, with an Orianna ball on top of him, that kind of thing.
Destiny was popped by Looper just to see where the members of Team Raw were, as Trevor is being chased down a bit by Sacred. Will chunk him down a half HP. Sacred is nearly on his Mega Gnar, so look for a teleport to maybe have the Mega Gnar join this fight, which would be the first time that he joins a major team fight as Mega Gnar. Let's see if either team's going to go for anything. No, they're not. They're just going to force Washed Up back, which could just be a potential Baron here on the side of Raw. His last item is going to be Guardian Angel. I disagree with this, actually. I would much prefer him to just go full damage.
Yeah, or,
you know, melt this Gnar even more. Like an Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer, when it gets late enough to get rid of your boots, would be more than enough.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely, I mean, it's not a mobile champion, so the boots make very little difference once it gets to the real late team fights. He's not going to be dodging much. Yeah, I don't think Team Raw could really go for that Baron. There were still too many people lying around, but it has given them a chance to clean out pretty much all of the vision that Team Washed Up managed to get down. Looper still got 25% left of the cooldown on his Destiny, so, you know, Team Raw needs to get in there and put some wards down. They cleared out everything, but they didn't put a single one down themselves, which is worrying. You can see pink wards in inventories at top and mid lane.
I think they're worried about starting a fight because Trevor is containing Sacred in this bottom lane, and it's all he needs to do, really. Like,
it's not a fight. It's not a fight they want to get forced into, but they need to know when this Baron's happening, otherwise they're blind checking.
I really do think that Washed Up, though, should just force this fight already. They might be worried about the potential Cataclysm Shockwave combo on the side of Raw, even. I knew we called the team Sacred for a second there. But I think with how far ahead your two main carries are in this, especially as well as your Xin Shao, you just take it, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, here we go. We can see Raw trying to push their way in.
So they're going for a sort of 3-1-1 setup with the lanes at the minute, which is interesting. You'd normally see the Twisted Fate go to the side lane rather than the mid. But it looks to me as if we are going to have this fight. Morgana Freeman is going to knock up Twinkle TTS. Morgana Freeman just gets melted as well as NeoJax. Has to flash and heal to get out of that. He's going down a Pandy. No survival for him as Wolfie has to EQ out of that. Brought down extremely low to 35 HP. Does have his Guardian Angel. Has to flash over the wall, just respecting that the rocket jump can come out from Pandy at any moment. And this might be two inhibitors going down for the side of Team Washed Up. And they might have this game.
Yeah, well, you can see Janna is just harassing Simo. Janna, of course, has tons of move speed, so no real way Orianna's going to catch up with her. And, yeah.
And Sacred has to flash away. He's just really not been able to do much on this Mega Gnar. And there we go. He does finally go for the ult, but just gets deleted in the process. I would have just gone for that earlier. Just throw as many into the turret as you can. This looks like Washed Up are going to take down the second Nexus Tower. They're looking to win the game. Yeah. They're looking to be Raw's kryptonite and take down the undefeated Team Raw.
Yeah. And you know who the real hero of that last push was? Marfe. Goes down in the end, but does his job perfectly. Simo will try to back 3 or 4 times there. Got denied every time, and it just ends up with, you know, Rakan and Jarvan trying to hold that 4-man push, and there's no way they can do it. They don't have the wave clear, they don't have the damage. Perfect play in that last little bit out of Team Washed Up. Know what they had to do to split that team fight up. Simo was at the back foot the whole time, could never get in. You know, had his ult up the whole time. He used his ult there at the end just to deal with Janna. But yeah, excellent game from Team Washed Up. And it just felt like Team Raw never managed to get themselves out the gate as far as their team fight comp went.
So that has been week 3 of the MLS. We have no teams, as far as I believe, we have no teams undefeated currently. So going into week 4, it will be interesting to see who is going to take sole place of number 1. We will see you next week. I have been Aaron Halkian Edwards.
And Robert Bites Bragg.
And we will see you next week.